Hello, I'm going to be in a very fun mood today because I just got my teeth hit up with and my desk is covered with soda cups. And I'm not going to show you that because I have a green screen up for the intro. This is my second channel, Jimmy Unchanged. All you really need to know about it is that it is my VOD channel for my Twitch streams. Check me out sometimes. But this channel has, over the past few years, developed a kind of bad rap in my book. Because when I'm on this account, my recommendations turn to salacious content, turn to schmexy content. And I am not about that. And there was a period where I was just full degen. As with most people that are online, you go through a degen period. And I am looking to get rid of that. So that's what spawned this video. This video is about me trying to overcome my desire to see whatever next quick 10-second video that's going to pop up. That's going to hit my dopamine for like a millisecond and replace it with stream VODs. Now, if you do not know what a VOD is a video on demand. It is an acronym. And a video on demand is any video you watch that isn't a live stream. This video, VOD. That video you watched on TikTok 20 minutes ago, VOD. That video you saw on Instagram, VOD. That video you saw on Facebook. Who am I kidding? No one uses Facebook. That video you saw on Twitter, VOD. All of these are videos on demand. And the type of VOD that I'm going to be trying to train my YouTube algorithm to show me are specifically Twitch VODs. Or YouTube VODs, I guess, because technically Ludwig's a YouTube streamer now. He doesn't stream that much on Twitch. Mogul moves for the win, baby. But the one problem with this is that VODs are 8-hour videos. You're only going to... There's not as much interest in watching that thing unless you really care about that creator. Or you're in my boots and you want to get rid of these recommendations that absolutely suck, that are going to pull you down a dark hole, and you're going to spend 20 hours sitting at your computer just watching 10-second clips and not get anything done. The other problem that I have with these is VODs are not necessarily going to be recommended to the vast majority of people because they are long videos. You're primarily going to know about them because you watched the creator that made those VODs. Again, if you're a Jimmy fan, thank you for watching the VOD channel. I don't understand why I get so many views on these, but I do sometimes. And and so, to train my YouTube algorithm, I'm going to need to pump hours and hours of footage. So this video is going to follow me as I have in the past few months. Just spent days sitting at my computer watching 8 different streams at once. It sounds something like this.
Guy, and then they had Jamal Williams, who is really into anime. Remember, that's the trio of those three last year.
I'll go get this one.
But with that, I'm just going to be cutting in between me having some talks about the type of content, the type of stuff that I don't like, the things that I think are uplifting, and kind of get a insight into my mental state and my state of mind a few months ago. There's also the other aspect that when you get recommended a type of video and you watch a type of video, YouTube is going to recommend other videos of that same type. So I am also hoping to get recommended VOD channels of streamers I don't know about, that I've never heard of before, and that may just one day be the next big thing. So that's kind of the end goal of this. Get stream VODs recommended on every square, watch a bunch of YouTube because I'm an addict, and hopefully find out some new faces that may be the next big thing. And maybe learn a thing or two along the way.
Something else I want
Let's
to
get into
quickly point out, because this is all fault of my own, but the fact that I have turned the recommendations for this YouTube account into my videos and clips and or memes, a vast majority of them of the sexual variety. It is something that is very interesting. We have this one. That isn't sexual. That's just a Weed Cat boss theme. She Can Fix Me. I have no clue what that is. But it continues all the way down. We got Show Bob's. I don't know who Bob is, but apparently chat wants to be seeing Bob. I Can Fix Her. Nice butt. Why do boys love to do that pose? Again, another clip. Clips. Breakcore mix to Dissociate. I think it's very interesting how the type of short content that is on most websites, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, is of the sexual variety. I mean, it just proves sex sells. I mean, look at me. Don't actually look at me, but look. See? Even I have it. I don't know. It's just something that I think about. That I think is so crazy when we look at the type of content we consume. This account is so saturated with content that wants to grab you, that wants to make you think of lewd. I think it's just very interesting how sometimes it can just be entertainment, like this, and then other times you get this. It's all about creating content that will grab your attention. And now this one right here really is getting me. I really want to watch this video because what? The guy is just Shane Dawson. He just looks so much like Shane Dawson. This is my other YouTube account. This is my main YouTube viewing account. I mainly just watch YouTube on this account. It'll be the one you'll see me watching stuff on stream. If you ever watch me on stream, watch me on stream. But what I want to point out is this, compared to the last clip of the, what I guess I would call degeneracy of YouTube, is the other side of the YouTube content that I watch. The stuff I would much rather be watching. Trash taste. Still a little cringe. Yeesh, you watch anime? Ugh, gross, weeb. Viper Rambles. Implicitly Pretentious. These are all great channels. They're all great to listen to. Get your philosophical needs met, in a sense. Or if you just want to be updated on modern life. All of these different channels and videos are a lot more meaningful to me because that's how I want to be spending my time. YouTube recommendations are based off of previous videos you've watched. As you can see, this is a completely different account. Well, maybe you can't see it, but the icon is different. Stupid duck's in the way, but please trust me. And these are still videos that are trying to get me to watch them. These are creators I watch. These are types of videos that are trying to grab my attention for me to watch. But something that I always run into again and again is that a lot of these are not videos I want to watch. Of these channels right here, Viper Rambles, Implicitly Pretentious, and Trash Taste are the only ones that I'm planning on watching. I mean, as you can see, I've watched most of this one already. I'm in the middle of watching this video. I'll probably watch that video. Pay Money Wubby is kind of entertaining. By kinda, I mean he's pretty funny, but also pretty wild. But all these different videos are vying for my attention, or vying for me to watch them. Much the same way how all the videos on this channel are vying for my attention as well. They're just vying a different aspect of my personality, of my degeneracy, because in most aspects I view a lot of these as degenerate. Step Bro, Chess Edition, She Can Fix Me. So something that I think is going to be apparent from this that I've already kind of elucidated on is clips are, on a broader sense, sensational content. They are content that are going to be centered on the quick dopamine. I will always be more interested in watching a 10-second really funny clip than a 2.5 hour video of Ludwig playing a video game or reacting to content that might have a few of those 10-second clips. That's no dog against that content, but it's always going to be curated content over uncurated content. And because of that, there's going to always be the sensationality of clips, and especially clips of streamers. I am trying to be a Twitch streamer. I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I'm leaning more towards the live streaming aspect of it. I'm trying to be a creator in that type of sphere, which is ironic because I haven't streamed in a week. But I was sick. That's why. Yes. And with that, I am always leaning more towards this Twitch side of videos. Either watching Twitch streamers, watching Twitch clips, or watching videos that are made from Twitch streams. And there's a very interesting culture around the Twitch of just clip channels and clips of these Twitch streamers. That they have thousands of people watching them that can clip moments and then upload those moments to YouTube. And then those clips become popular, and those moments are how people become well known. Take for an example, FanFan. FanFan is a Twitch streamer that I recently found out about, actually because of Extra Emily. But while I was finding out about her, I decided to go to her Twitter account and see that she had a post discussing how she is lactose intolerant and she takes 40-minute craps. You know what? I understand. I suffer. And in those 40 minutes, she takes those times to practice her selfies. And I think that's very interesting. That's a very similar thing. I kind of used to do that too when I was younger. When I was going through my selfie phase, I would also practice my selfies on the toilet in high school. And it then, as I was doing more research, dawned on me the revelation that connection there. FanFan's ideal type of. But because of that, that's a sensational clip. That's a sensational moment that people are going to laugh about and look at and like, oh, this is a funny clip of this streamer. That's also very, very, very satialous. Satialous? Or is it wait, what is that? How do you say that word? Satialicity. That's not a real word. Don't clip me on that. Don't clip me. The thing that has always been very interesting to me is when you go to my watch later, you will see vastly different content than most things recommended to me. Making sense of Evangelion. Why the sexual revolution was worse than you thought. Theology of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What do you get by mixing the Wendigoon, Skinwalker, and Goatman? Fleshgate. Why Warhammer Fantasy is better. Why the best religious movies are godless. And, in addition to these other games, did I say games? I mean videos, are way longer and way more of a commitment than just the short clips. But these are way more appealing to my brain and my views on content and entertainment. That is why this video in and of itself is important to me, because I want to make videos that are meaningful. My watch later list are videos that I will find to be worthwhile to sit down and watch. But the problem always comes about with this. My recommendation is filled with videos that are by and large a fraction of the size. Our clips are those quick dopamine hits that you just want to watch.
Something I want to elaborate more on that I was just discussing from the footage, that a lot of this footage has been captured over a few months, and I haven't been recording like every time I've been just watching VODs on my YouTube account, but that in recording, or in watching, I guess I should say, watching all that content, I've been thinking more about I'm going to put this down, actually. Let's see how the lighting messes with that. Maybe I'll put it back up, but I'm going to put it down real quick. You can see the empty soda cans I was talking about earlier. Oops. What I was getting at before I decided to take down my green screen, because this video is not going to be as polished as my other videos. I can't wax a shoe as well as I can shine a shoe, unfortunately. I know, sad, very sad. But when you look at content that I am trying to watch on YouTube, as opposed to content that most people watch, and also the content that gets the most views, salacious clips get the most views because they're salacious, they're quick. You can watch like 500 of them within a day. You can get those quick dopamines, as I just said. But something that I think is very interesting is, in my own viewing, I want to be trying to fill in my brain with new, interesting ideas, video essays, new concepts, different concepts. I recently watched this. I put down the green screen at the wrong time. Crap, I'm putting it back up.
This is, are we rights for whites? That's not too much to ask, is it? Is this real now?
I do want to move on to discuss Ulfric's arc, because it's one of the more interesting ones in the game, depending on how you read it.
I recently watched a 2.5-hour video discussing the narrative and critiquing the narrative of Skyrim. You know, that popular game that nobody's ever played. And that was, a different aspect of Skyrim. Like, I've never actually thought about, what was the story of Skyrim like? Because for most of us, I think we've mostly played through the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild quest line, and the College of Winterhold. We've played through those other quest lines and the other quests more so, and I mean, I can't forget the Civil War quest line, more so than the main quest. But the main quest has a lot of stuff too. So I would suggest you watch this video. It's really good, really dope. And he also has another video that is discussing the narrative of the Dawnguard DLC, which is also awesome. But besides the point, I've never really looked at the other aspects of the themes and narratives of Skyrim. But Duke of Wales decided to make that his video. This awesome video. And in that, I am trying to inundate myself with new ideas, new concept, new
rationales. How do I look at the world? How do I view the world? And something that I think is very interesting is this moment of his video.
To my inborn nature, Zimgrifforwut se Suliech. What is better, to be born good, or to overcome your evil nature through great effort?
Which is a great line in and of itself, but one of the more important connections that Engert and Perello make here is tracing Parthenox's use of will to power back to its Nietzschean roots. If, like me, you were unfamiliar with this concept, it was a concept that Nietzsche sort of coined. I say sort of because apparently he never formally defined it.
There. I need to start I need to start doing more prep work. I have notes written down, but I haven't even gotten... Actually, I'm almost done with them. Never mind. I think that clip, though, of Parthenax sums up what I'm trying to do here. It's not quite because I'm equating the evil for the salacious clips and the quick and easy jabs, but I am tired of the quick and easy jabs, the quick and easy content that you can just watch. And I want to fill myself more so with better things, with the things of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. I want to be filling myself with the more righteous things of life, not the lust, gluttony, envy, greed, jealousy, pride, those sort of things. I didn't even name them all. Wait, it's lust, envy, gluttony, greed, pride. Where are the last two 7 deadly sins? Man, I watched the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist and I can't remember. It sucks. So I've just spent the last 40-ish minutes watching VODs. This may look like fun to you kids, but this is a full-time job. This is painstaking evidence and definitely not just watching 6 different YouTube videos at once. Oh, back to the grind windmill. That's funny. After that 40 minutes, what really has changed? Not that much. As you can tell, because I'm still getting not all VODs. This is a POV video, a short clip. This is a video by Alex talking about how he has 3 months left to live. Oh, okay, that's very, very... not... okay. Wow, okay. Here's the Jew video, Ludwig video, a video from I Show Speed from 5 days ago, where he recorded like 17 decades ago. That's pretty normal. Some clips or shorts, still not entirely what I'm wanting, as you can tell. This is getting closer because I was just watching one of his VODs. But these are still a little too segmented. What, only 4 VODs? And I just spent about an hour watching VODs, dude. Again, it sounded like this.
Then got can't
Right.
believe this like crazy ass
Try not to explode us here.
and then jerked off the main guy. And then they had Jamal Williams, who is really into anime. So that's a trio of those 3 last year. I was like,
I was always a fan.
So yeah, I guess what I'm learning so far, I need to just watch more and more VODs. This is gonna be fun. Just gonna sit here and just watch a VOD. Yo, Ludwig, what's up?
Hello.
Okay, so good news. Good news. I'm on my account, and do you see what I see? New VOD channel recommendation. First 3 videos up here are VODs. Then it's clips from various clips accounts and, another VOD down here for Jay Schlatt. But what's interesting about this is a new channel. I've never seen this one recommended to me before. I think I know who this is. Berticus. But what I'm excited about is that it's a new channel, period. It's starting to work. I don't have my camera on. Well, it's starting to work. Big thumbs up. So, upon further inspection, I have uncovered a few things about that VOD channel. The big one being, it's run by a viewer. It's not even an official VOD channel. It's an unofficial VOD channel that someone has created for this viewer, or for this streamer. So that's very interesting. Makes me very confused, because then that means someone just is constant. Wait, how does that work? The person that's doing this video, the VOD channel, is ready for every stream and records every second of it, or just has a way to download it after the fact? Wait, do they have access to her Twitch account? How exactly does that work?
Now we are hitting the ending point of the video. I'm just gonna leave up the green screen because, I took it down, but I might want to throw something up here. I might not. But something that I want to kind of elucidate on is why I care about this. Because, as I mentioned earlier, this is my VOD channel. This is the channel that I'm not even watching YouTube on most of the time. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And that's true. This isn't the channel that I mainly watch YouTube on. But this is the channel that I am trying to still upload and check videos on. I'm uploading it to it. Every day I stream, I upload the next day of the VOD. So I'm checking this channel, I'm checking analytics, I'm checking comments, those sort of things all the time. And then when I'm on YouTube, I will still see those recommended, because when you switch your account, unless you're in the settings, it automatically takes you to the home page. This is a YouTube account after all. So it is still going to try to want me to watch it. And there have been days where I've gotten distracted and I haven't done what I actually wanted to do on the account. So making the ability for this channel to recommend things that I'm not initially going to watch, might be counterproductive, does make sense to me at least. Remember, YouTube is like a Krispy Kreme donut that just wants to get its claws in you at a dairy convention. And with that, it's trying to build up a repertoire that can keep me focused. Because, as like all of us, we've developed a massive amount of TikTok brain where I instantly want to just scroll. Next best thing, scroll. I've been dabbling with more Instagram comments or Instagram reels. That has been a little disastrous. Instagram comments are some of the funniest but also deranged comments I've ever seen. It is really funny. But with that, it's trying to pull me in just the same way as YouTube. Except with Instagram, I've given up trying to train that algorithm because Instagram it is sex sells everywhere. So it's just best to stay clear. If you're struggling with a porn addiction, just don't go on there. And that's the final thing that I want to quickly mention, is that this is also important to me from a aspect of purity, of righteousness, in the sense of not just letting my fleshly desires have every whim and will of mine, because it is a matter of discipline to not indulge the flesh. And that is something that is very important to me. I recently streamed. I recently had a stream where I discussed my porn addiction. If you are interested in hearing more about that and my issues with porn and sexuality and all that, I'll link it below. But what I want to go off of with that is just that these are very important topics to me because they can lead to such detrimental mental states. For most of those videos that I recorded where I'm not showing my face, those were days that I was feeling the worst, down in the dumps. I was dealing the most with the crushing addiction, and I was feeling the most down, but at the same time the most invigorated to get rid of those recommendations. Perfect. So, the Twitch topless meta. That kind of just came out of left field and kind of threw this video out of proportion because I wasn't really thinking about talking about Twitch's various metas, but with the most recent one that occurred, I felt it was worthwhile. The Twitch topless meta, for any of those of you unaware, is a meta that was discovered just a few weeks ago of a stream format where you just are standing there and you're supposedly naked and people might see you topless. You can debate the validity of that statement all you want. I'm not here to discuss that. I'm here to discuss what happened with that. On the 13th of December, Twitch more or less recognized the Twitch topless meta and decided to allow artistic nudity on the website. That didn't go wrong at all. Not at all. The art category on Twitch was then filled with a bunch of porn. 2 days later, on the December 15th, Twitch rolled back their decision on artistic nudity, citing a few bad apples and so on and so forth. I don't know if there was a few bad apples. I fortunately was off Twitch those few days because I was sick. I am looking at this from a passerby as, I saw a dead horse on the side of the road. It's interesting. I'm not going to actually touch it, though. It has rabies. And what kind of came of this is more conversation about sexual content on Twitch and other platforms. It harkens back to just, was a year ago now. Oh wow, time flies. When there was the hot tub meta on Twitch, where likewise people would be streaming in a hot tub in a very scantily clad clothing and writing subscribers' names on their body because apparently people really want to be noticed by having black Sharpie written on someone's body. A little weird. Just a little weird. Just gotta say that. Now, with all this, as with every time Twitch pops in the news for some sort of controversy and so on, a lot of people's... my throat hurts. Sorry, 1 second. Now back to the present. Twitch streamers are now trying new methods of pushing the new boundaries on bodies and so on. Some doing black bars, some doing pixelation. It's very interesting to see how the human mind will ever search for new heights, new sights to set their eyes on, because after all, we are horny creatures. And also, if you can make money that easily, yeah, people are going to do that. My favorite meme out of this whole situation was this one Bricky meme. And that was the only thing I really found fun about this. But before I rip into the degeneracy and Twitch, I would first like to play a clip of a streamer that I watch, Senna. I was just having to watch her stream on and off for the few hours that she streamed yesterday. And
Okay.
I caught this
Saved? Saved?
So I'll be playing this now. And I'll be back in a minute.
Not only that, normal girls would question like, do you only have, what? But a question like, am I having a fucking stroke? Not only that, normal girls will now get questions like, do you have only, can you do topless? Okay, no, so I'm not having a stroke. All right, listen, I'm gonna tell you this straight up. As a girl streamer, I do not personally think it matters whether or not a girl with her tits out is on the website in regards to if men say that to me. Men say it to me all the time. I wear sweatshirts and pajama pants, and I get clipped and put on websites that like you would not believe. Okay, all right. You like the idea that like these things go away when boob streamers go away. I don't think you should blame the girls for that. I think you should blame the men, right? Because the men who are not just the men, but the people who are doing that are the problem. It's not the girls that are causing that. It's the guys. Now, admittedly, you may find that like these girls bring more of that audience over because a horny audience might seek out Twitch, right? Again, I fucked up. All right, well, whatever. Again, I just think blaming any woman for that type of behavior purely goes back to the fact that men shouldn't be saying that to women in the first place. It's not Jen Fox's fault that a guy comes into my chat and says, "Hey, do you have an OnlyFans?" It's that guy's fault for being a fucking weirdo freak, and he needs to step away from his computer and get his hand off his dick. You know what I mean? It's just, that's just how it is. You would never go up to a woman and do that on the streets. But I certainly wouldn't. If I was standing next to like a girl with her tits out on the street and a guy walked up and said, "Damn, you want to fuck?" to me, I'm not going to look over at that woman and go, "You made him horny. And now he wants to fuck me." How dare, like, it's not, you just wouldn't do that. So to apply that to online, it's not the same thing. Doesn't make any sense. It's not it's not her fault that this guy's a horny fuck. You know what I mean? It's that guy's. Like, what do you mean? You can't do that. I don't know. You just can't do that. So you gotta take that stuff with like a grain of salt. A lot of times.
Now, the points that she's getting at that I think are important. I think it is important for men to, honestly, don't harass women. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Like, no, I don't think most women want to be viewed as sex objects. Now, I play this clip mainly because I thought it was just interesting that a part of the stream that I was watching, she was talking about it, and, it's on the mind because of this video and other things going on in my life with purity and all that. And I think what's the biggest takeaways from this is, obviously, we don't want men to be degrading women. It's obvious. That's a horrible thing to do. Women are more than just objects for pleasure and lust.
But what I think is, not that Cinna doesn't really discuss in this clip, but I mean, she also was riffing off of what I was saying and all that. She wasn't having a deep theological debate over it. But what I think is important to also note is culture does not do anything to dissuade that type of behavior. It is atrocious that men will clip women out of context and then upload those clips to websites, YouTube or otherwise, to fawn over and make women of objects. That is despicable. But I think it is also important to call out the fact that there is still content being made, specifically porn content, that is that type of behavior. That Cinna says you cannot, how does she word it? She puts it in terms of the idea of men degrading women. If the boob streamers, as she puts it, goes away, is false. It will not go away. But that is a bigger symptomatic problem of the porn industry and the sexual just tenacity of the online culture. If you are chronically online and you have fallen down a few holes that are going to, you will end up on porn of some kind. There is sexual content that is all around us constantly. That's partly why, well, I mean, that's why it's such an important thing for me that I am working to remove those things from my VOD recommendation. Because I don't want that. I don't want to be viewing women in degrading ways. Men and women should not be viewing the opposite gender in a degrading way. But we do need to look at the objective fact that if you are going to be consuming porn and consuming these boob streamers, you are not going to view women as people. You're not going to see people as people. There's a lot of stuff to discuss about, specifically porn. But I just wanted to look at this and just make a few points that I do not stand for the women that are making this sexual content, because it is going to cultivate an audience that is looking to women in that sexual way, that is not actually looking at women for what they actually are. Women, not just objects. But at the same time, it's not going to disappear, as Cinna said, if the boob streamers go away, because there's going to always be other ways to do that. There are plenty of sites you can go to get this type of content. And I just think it's more concerning when it becomes the front page of a website. That is not, Twitch is not meant to be a porn site. Twitch is meant to be a gaming site, primarily. So I think it is a shame when it turns into a softcore porn site. Or as it did for 2 days, an actual porn site. Again, I don't understand how artists tend to be so horny. Or maybe it's the furries that are so horny. I hear a lot of memes about artists asking, like putting out a thing about doing commissions, and then as soon as they make their commissions NSFW, everyone in the furry community asks them to do this thing. I don't know anything about that. I just think it's a very interesting thing I've noticed. But it does show a inherent liking to the sexual. And that is going to lead to some difficult situations. Again, I do not want to be degrading women, but I know for a fact if I continue to dwell in porn and continue to dwell in the fleshly desire to fulfill my lust, I will degrade women because I don't know any better. I cannot do better if I do not overcome my evil. Parthenax, dude. It all goes back to Parthenax. Whoever wrote that must have been on some hot stuff because it's so real to life. So, those are my thoughts on the Twitch topless meta. I hope you enjoyed this. I have to say, I have fairly successfully gotten rid of a lot of those recommendations. I have spent the last 2 months, again, in the background, watching. And that has led to some success. And that's kind of going back to the thesis of Parthenax. Born good, or to overcome evil to be good. Basic. I keep missaying a lot of words. I meant to say basis, not basic. That as well and as good as it would have been to have never fallen into a sexual temptation, it is all the more allotted to overcome that temptation and become disciplined enough to turn away, to be good, to become good, to overcome evil. Now, there's a lot more we could get into on the idea of overcoming evil to become good, but that's not really what this video is about. This video is kind of a funny concept that I had because I was tired of suffering in lust and indulging myself on Twitch clips, on YouTube videos. And, like, they're always going to be there. I still catch myself to this day seeing some. Well, you can't see it, but right there, yeah, you know, there's still going to be some. There's still going to be some. But turning away from it so that you can become better. You can look to the future instead of be stuck in the past. That is what's more important. And that is also what I pray, that if you are stuck in the same sort of like rut of, well, I've been watching this type of content, stop. Get some help. Or stop watching that type of content and look up ideas that you want to do with your life. I recently had a funny thing where I spent, as I was sick, I spent like 2 days watching as many video essays as I could. That's when I binged the 2 different essays on Skyrim from Duke of Wales. But I also hit a point where I was like, I am video essayed out. I just want some simple entertainment. So I watched some Bricky videos instead, which are still also entertaining, but also engaging. They're educational in a sense. His video concept, his video style is talking about the games while also showing gameplay and getting you hyped for it. Super Eye Patch Wolf and Bricky both have me really hyped to read and play different games / books series because of the way they hype them up. That is freaking awesome. They are making me want to play Signalis. They're making me want to watch and read Berserk. Okay, yeah, Berserk is haunting me. They are making me want to try these different games / TV shows / manga / books because they're presenting them in a great way. They are more engaging than the type of drivel that a few years ago I would watch. But that's besides the point. Again, that's just some more just like feel-good stuff. There's some really good feel-good YouTubers. I don't really know if I'm going to ever fit in that niche. I'm trying to be, but I'm also kind of like, I was described once as a quirked up white girl. But anyway, I hope you have a good day. I hope this brought you some semblance of understanding on why I made this video. I hope if you did watch this entire video, you enjoyed it. I hope that you do seek to better yourself. Godspeed. God bless. Peace.